Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports and Gaming. Nope, I'm not going to make the mistake I made last time. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do get a chance and smash that subscribe button. Of course, join our paid membership and you will be able to be part of the big fight, Wilder versus Fury. 2, we will be doing live commentary, and it will be only our live members that will be able to, the paid members will be able to watch that stream with us and comment in the comment section. Okay, so this is an open session here where you were able to, as subscribers, leave your comments in the comment section. Good morning, Denise Wards. Okay, so it has been strongly rumored that the PBC are considering Andy Ruiz's comeback after getting beat by Anthony Joshua, or really beating himself by tacos and all the rest of it, food he was eating, against former two-time KO victim of Deontay Wilder, Luis King Kong Ortiz. Well, that's the only way I can describe him. Now, I want to take people back a while when Luis Ortiz was still an unbeaten heavyweight and he was WBA interim heavyweight champion. A lot of people here have short memories, and I said to you all, when I was looking at Luis Ortiz's resume, I said, this guy hasn't fought any real punches in his career. Why is that? And I always remember an old trainer in America saying, when you look at a guy's resume who is not around punches, question the chin. So, you know, I looked into that, I thought about that, and I never heard Luis Ortiz fight anybody who was a real puncher. Of course, I said, when he gets hit by Wilder, that will be the beginning of the end, and in 2 fights, you saw that. I heard also stories in the amateurs that Luis Ortiz didn't have the greatest chin back then. This fight between Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, well, Andy Ruiz, he could come in the same shape that he came in against Joshua, against Luis Ortiz, and he would beat Luis Ortiz. Why do I say that? Because Luis Ortiz is pretty flat-footed, all right? He's flat-footed, he's about 50 years old, and Andy Ruiz has such a high work rate and such a high output of punches. I think he knocks Luis Ortiz out, to be honest. And Luis Ortiz can never be the same fighter after being knocked out by Wilder twice. So there's a case of the age of Luis Ortiz. Secondly, I've never really rated Luis Ortiz as a fighter. Never really. Because if you go back and listen to all my video analysis of Luis Ortiz, the big bogeyman. Why was he a big bogeyman? Tell me what he was a big bogeyman. Well, because he beat Dave Allen. He beat Bryant Jennings, who'd come off a loss to Vladimir Klitschko. And came straight into this fight. And he wasn't being tested at the time. Luis Ortiz wasn't tested at the time when he fought Bryant Jennings. We know about Luis Ortiz's previous PD things, you know, and then he came out and had a knockout against a guy that was a complete nobody. Then he fought Wilder, and I said to you all, this is not the preparation to fight Deontay Wilder, and you're all pushing Luis Ortiz up there, pushing him up there, and then when he fails, you come back and tell me about his age, right? But I tell you about all these things in the beginning. If this fight is made, I expect Andy Ruiz to clean out Luis Ortiz within the first 6. He's stationary. Yes, he's got the left hand, sure. But I believe Ruiz will walk straight through that, under that, and throw the left hook. You know, I believe the left hook right hand combination. And you know, Andy Ruiz has got a left hook on his own, and he can punch. Anybody who wants to doubt Ruiz's punching power, ask Anthony Joshua. So I don't believe, although this is an exciting fight in terms of on paper, I actually see as Andy Ruiz knocking Luis Ortiz out in quite easy fashion. Maybe when Luis Ortiz was a bit younger, he'd use his feet a bit more, but no, sir, not anymore. So if the fight's ever announced, if it's ever announced, then. And just a little point I want to add before I end this short video. For you people out there that love to come out with the crowd of the, where are you getting your sources from? Well, I mean, if you put 1 and 1 together, you might get 2, you might get 11. But if you think about the sort of people that I have on this channel, most of the people are from America anyway, and the sort of contacts I have in boxing, I don't bring on I don't bring on guests that talk fake talk fantasy stuff. I'm very much in the industry, and I can tell you two fights now that have been signed that haven't even been announced. Like, I know Clarissa Shields' next opponent. I know who he is already. Right? But the fact of the matter is, and this is a done deal, right? But it hasn't come out yet. So you tell me, a lot of these fights, you have to understand, are done deals. And then later on, they let the public know about it. A lot of these deals are done behind closed doors and done already. Sometimes it can be the reason why they won't announce it is because they're waiting for the press conference. Sometimes they're waiting not to announce it because they're getting other things sorted. The other things have been organised behind the scenes. But more or less, deal's done. So then people say, oh, where did you get your sources from? And some of these things are pretty obvious. Like, I don't know what all the fuss is. I would be surprised if Dillian Whyte fights Povetkin next. I would be surprised to see Joshua fighting Pulev, unless the injury now to Alexander Usyk means that he might slip in and fight Joshua instead, because a Pulev fight wouldn't sell as much. Maybe. Don't know. But a lot of the things that happen in boxing are quite predictable. I mean, I can predict, you could see a Pacquiao fight with McGregor, and Pacquiao giving up his belt to McGregor. So McGregor can become a world champion. Because he said in his interview, oh yeah, I'll get that world title shot. And I'll become a world champion. And he sat down and he laughed about it. Money buys belts. Money buys belts. That's how it goes now. You can be ABC champion of the world and be top of the division. And a handshake and some extra zeros at the end, and then you have titles being changed. That's how it goes. That's how it happens. I don't know if this fight is actually happening, but I know it's been talked about and rumoured. So it's a rumour mill. This is a rumour mill. But if it does happen, I've told you already what happens. So yeah. Looking forward to Wilder Fury this weekend. I'll come back later on and do a little video on that. Anthony Joshua. I'll do a couple of videos on that as well. Should be fun. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. As always, share the video, share the love, and let me know what you think. Who do you think wins this fight between Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, and why? And was Luis Ortiz ever a bogeyman in the division? I didn't think he was a bogeyman in the division. I thought the reason why he was a bogeyman, the reason why boxers saw he was a bogeyman was because he doesn't have many fans, he doesn't have a fan base, he doesn't sell tickets, he's southpaw and awkward. Remember when people used to say Kubrat Pulev was a bogeyman? You can be a bogeyman by just not paying or not giving people the right percentages and pricing yourself out. That's how you become a bogeyman. Nobody wants to fight you. They say, oh yeah, Golovkin's the bogeyman in the division. He's the man in the division. Really? Oh yeah, he is. And then he was getting backed up by like middleweight. Remember, he was getting backed up by Canelo? The big, strong Canelo, the big, strong Golovkin. A lot of rubbish. I want you tangibly to tell me, show me how you are, you are genuinely a bogeyman. Show me what you're doing. Oh, Errol Spencer's the bogeyman in the division. Well, okay. Who's the big bad guy he's beaten to be a bogeyman? It was like Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet. Okay, well, who did he beat to be the baddest man on the planet? Pinklon Thomas? Trevor Berbick, who's probably one of the worst heavyweights in history? Who did Mike Tyson beat? A terrified Michael Spinks at heavyweight? What makes a person the baddest man on the planet? Or okay, so now they're saying Deontay Wilder is the baddest man on the planet. Well, I would say that he is the most destructive man on the planet. I mean, there's evidence to that. Looking at the guys he's knocked out and the way he's laid them out, you could say that. And there's nobody else in the division doing that. That's so destructively to former world champions, to top 10 contenders. He's doing it. He's doing it more destructively than any of the other fighters in the division. Nobody. The great Golovkin, he's not doing it. knocking guys out in first and second round, brutally. Not back to the days of Mike Tyson when Tyson used to go out and knock people out cleanly the way he did early in his career. Alright, but Wilder's doing it against the top 10 heavyweights. You know? So, and I said, like, again, the Dominic Brazil fight when Brazil fought Joshua. Oh, yeah, Brazil's a real fight for Wilder. I said, if slow-ass Joshua can catch Brazil with right hands all night long, and he always drops drops his left hand when he's throwing his right, or he drops his right when he's throwing his left. I said, all it takes is Wilder to get in there, and then one of them right hands, his fight's over. This fight won't last long. And what did you get? So, yeah. Anyway, enough of that. So, I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, leave your comments. I'm out of here. Take care.